Jack again. Okay, so I ended off in my previous interview where I described the breakup. Okay, so now the relationship develops and the two partners are all happy and in love and in the clouds and God knows what. But an interesting thing, this energetic experience that is called relationship can only last for so long. Then the energy runs out. And then there is a fuck up, because now the energy runs out of that whole anxiety and the butterflies in the stomach and the giddy experience and, you know, whatnot both go through, and the long-lasting look in the eyes and I love you and I care for you and you're my whole world and you complete me and bullshit like that. And with that goes, of course, the feeling of love, the feeling of caring, the feeling of I can't live without you and what would I do without you, shit like that. So now that is also energy. Now the mind consciousness systems consist of energy. Energy which can only last for so long and then it runs out. It has to, because energy depletes. Energy is a construct, and a construct has a beginning and an end. And the same with relationship. Relationships have a beginning and an end. So let's look at relationships that break up. Why is it that the female tends to always go into like this emotional outburst, and males also occasionally experience the same thing, but they just don't show it? So what happens then is the following. As I've described, within both the male and the female, or female and female, or male and male, there's now these two picture placements on podium-like structures within the mind that have been merged together because two partners have now transferred systems into each other, and within that they've now become one. So that's how oneness and equality have been fucked in this reality by consciousness systems understanding of oneness and equality. So oneness being the two partners transferring systems, completing the two picture frame placements inside on the podium-like structure in the mind consciousness system, and then these two amalgamate, and now we're one, locked in through mind consciousness systems. Now, of course, what happens is these two beings now go and experience their relationship together. The more they experience themselves together, the more they start amalgamating themselves with each other within themselves. Remember, because of the transference of system, both partners are within each other from a mind consciousness system perspective. So, now of course, when a breakup occurs, the system, mind consciousness system, goes into a almost, you know, when you're on drugs and you're addicted to drugs and you kind of go off drugs and your body just can't handle it and it goes all yeah, so from that perspective, that's the same thing that occurs basically, because your systems have now become like addicted to each other, you know, because you have your partner within you as you, and now you've gone and defined yourself according to your partner, which is the biggest fuck up of it all, because now you kind of can't live without them. Perception. And so what happens when you are now one with your partner inside you from a mind consciousness perspective, and your partner leaves you, that part of you is now gone, apparently. That part of you is now missing. And now you're alone, and now you're empty, and now you don't feel anymore, and bullshit like that. I mean, I'm able to continue. So then your system has to kind of have a breakdown mourning period to be able to release that part of you until you make peace with it, while your mind consciousness system reconstructs again, and until your, let's take a female for instance, a male left her, and now until your entire mind consciousness system is like cleared from that male that just left you, and now your right side podium structure picture frame is now empty. You have to fill it now again, and that's where rebounds come from. That's where you have to, and that's where, let's call it even an addiction to relationship comes from, because now from that first relationship, all you'll want is a relationship, because if you don't have a relationship, you'll be alone, think you're not loved, you'll think that you're not appreciated, you think that you won't fit into society, and of course the most important, you won't have sex. And your system cannot survive or thrive without sex. So, well, because you charged it in that way, you set yourself up in that way, now you've had sex, you have to have more. So then what happens is now you're looking for another male, of course, and then you continue with your search until there he is, standing right there, and then starts the whole game again, the flirting, the hi, how are you, and the smile, the hair, the clothes, etc., the behavior, everything, just to lock that male in again. And then what you do is the male comes, and then the whole relationship thing starts all over again. The male gets lodged into the right side podium-like structure of your brain. The same with the male, of course. On the left side, the female is locked in there beautifully on the podium-like structure in the mind consciousness system. They have sex, and the systems are transferred again. Now the female is complete and happy and in love again. But here's an interesting thing. Now, when a relationship breaks up, two partners break up, the system reconstruction that occurs is interesting. Not all the information gets released. Only that which was connected to the picture of the partner that is left. So in other words, all those experiences you've had with the partner that you've just broken up with still exist within you. It hasn't disappeared. That anger and that sadness, etc., etc., etc. So, what is your relationship then based on from that breakup? It is not because of you. No, it's because of the sadness, the aloneness, the anger, the feeling that you're not complete, that you're not appreciated, that you're not loved. So your first relationship fuck up, from there, all your relationship is based on the first relationship fuck up that you want to mend, that you want to fix. Because, oh my God, maybe I did something wrong, or maybe I'm to blame, or maybe I'm not good enough, and now you have to prove to yourself that you don't deserve to be left, type thing, and then you go and get some males or females, or males get females and females get males, or males and males and females, doesn't matter, the same principle exists. Because if someone leaves you and you go through that breakdown period, you have to mend yourself, and the only way you know how to do that is go into another relationship. And then an interesting thing happens. When beings go on and search for relationships, they tend to have abusive relationships, and then they fucking blame themselves and everyone else in their world, instead of realizing that it's all just systems. All you have to do is stop. Okay, so thank you very much. This is Jack.